Hey, it's Monday, where we talk all about things money on Monday. If you are new around here, hey, my name is Theo, and today I'm gonna share with you some of my secrets about how I travel for free. And we're gonna start right now. Let's go. So I'm actually gonna be going into 5 different ways of how you can go on a free vacation, essentially, if you're a little bit savvy and think a little bit more creatively about how you travel. So we're not gonna be talking about how someone's gonna be giving you a trip per se, like winning the lottery or winning a survey or winning some kind of sweepstakes. We're gonna be talking about what steps and what things you can do actively that you can create a free vacation for yourself, or almost free. Not free, because nothing's ever free, but very cheaply. So my first way is with Couchsurfing. I am a huge advocate of Couchsurfing. I made a video about it when I was in the Philippines. You can check that video out right here. It is a good one. So if you are new to Couchsurfing, you don't know what it is, essentially Couchsurfing is traveling with locals as a local. You will be staying with other locals in the country of your choice, or the city, or wherever you're traveling, and they show you the experience of what it is like to live in that city or country with them as a local. It's definitely not for everybody. It's not for somebody that is not a trusting person and does not believe that most people are good people. It's a lot of fun though if you are. It is hard to get a host if you don't have any type of references, but if you are subscribed to my channel and you do like this video, contact me on Couchsurfing and I can help you with your first review. But we do need to at least have a FaceTime so I know you're like a normal person and you're not gonna be taking advantage of the community. But Couchsurfing is great, how I always score free accommodation. And when I was traveling Europe for those some odd years, like 5 years, 4-ish years, I almost never paid for accommodation. So it's a really great experience to travel and I really recommend it. One thing I will say with Couchsurfing is you should not be relying on it if you do not have any money. You never want to be in a situation where if something were to pop off, you do not have any money to get accommodation. Couchsurfing should not be used as a financial crutch, but more of an experience to meet locals and experience the country in a way that you would have not experienced on your own. Just make sure you have some money to get a place if things don't work out. That's all I'm saying. Okay, my second way to get a free vacation is to rent out your space when you're not there. So when me and my ex-roommate used to do Airbnb, sometimes we got really exhausted by always having to keep up with these guests. And sometimes we just got weird people, and it gets old. Sometimes it gets really old to be always being a host. Check out this video for my worst Airbnb experience. One of my worst Airbnb experiences as a host. What we would do is when we got exhausted of hosting, when we would go on vacation, we would list our space on Airbnb because we would not be there, and we could actually solicit more money from them because they're getting the entire apartment instead of just one single room. So for example, if you're gonna rent out your place for $200 for a few days and you know you're gonna be going to, I don't know, Turks and Caicos for a few days, you can actually get accommodation there for like $150, and now you have a $50 credit that you can use to get checked baggage, or you can use that for food, or you can use that to go out. And yeah, $50 doesn't go a long way, especially on vacation, but you're essentially getting free accommodation because you're just transferring that money from one place to another. And if you can withstand guests while living in your home while you're there, you can also save up more money a lot quicker to go on vacation and splurge more while you're on vacation. But if you won't want to do that, you can just rent it out while you're gone. This is also not for everybody. You have to be someone that's, willing to have people in your space. They're gonna be in your space. But honestly, 99% of my experiences on Airbnb have been extremely positive. My third way is getting a free accommodation by house sitting. There's all kinds of different house sitting websites online. Here's just a few. House Sitters of America is $30 a year. My House is $30 a year. There's also a website called House Sitters. House Carers is $50 a year, or you can have a free membership, but it is limited. Luxury House Sitting is $25 a year. Nomad Door is $89 a year, or you can have the free membership with it but is also limited. So this is really great if you're gonna be somewhere that they have a house. So essentially you watch their house. Usually their house has pets in it, like dogs and cats, and you watch the house while you explore in your free time. So it's a good exchange. It is a good exchange, and there is a membership you have to pay for yearly, but it is so worth it. If you use this website just once a year or twice a year, you get your monies back within the second day. So it's so worth it. And they do screen all of the people that are doing this, so you're never gonna end up in like a brothel somewhere. Like, they do make sure that it's all legitimate, and that's why I like going through these websites. But if you don't wanna pay for a membership, you can search house sitting or house sitter jobs on Craigslist and things like that, and you can sometimes find legitimate things, but I recommend just going through the websites and paying the membership. Okay, my fourth way is to take advantage of credit cards to get free trips and discounts on travel related items. So I will link below the video that was the guy that helped me learn how to arbitrage different credit cards to get free vacation. I just went to Arizona the other weekend and a completely free trip. As far as the flight goes, obviously I have to pay for my food, but even the hotel was discounted because I had so many points to use. I obviously do not recommend this if you are not good with credit, but one big myth that people like to think is credit cards are bad. Credit cards are only bad if you do not use them correctly, but if you do use them correctly, they can be a really great way to leverage other people's money to get points and get free money and free trips out of it. So, and especially it helps you build your credit as well. So there's nothing wrong with credit cards as long as you use it correctly. I will link down the video below, but essentially he's gonna be teaching you how you can use different credit cards and combine the different rewards from these credit cards to get free trips. My fifth and last way that I want to share with you guys today is to do Workaway. Workaway is a really great program for anyone, mostly young people, but anybody can do it, where you're going to be exchanging hours of your time for accommodation and food. So for example, me and my ex, we went to China, and in China, we got free accommodation, we got 3 free meals a day in exchange for 1 hour of our time a day to talk to adults in English at night. So the whole time we had the entire day to explore, to meet new people, to meet locals, to try new food, to see China, and at night we just dedicated 1 hour to speak to them in English, and then obviously we had free accommodation. That was a really great experience, and I think it's a really great opportunity to see the world for very, very cheaply. However, I do not recommend that if you have less than 2 weeks to do this. We did this in China for about a month and a half, and you have enough time to still see what you want to see with the month and a half. Whereas if you're only there for 4 days, you're not gonna have much time if you have to run back to the place to volunteer and go back and forth. I think less than 2 weeks is not really worth it. A lot of different workaways are gonna want you to commit 2 to 3 to 4 hours a day. So that's why I think at least 2 weeks is good. So you have time, you have a good balance between traveling and volunteering. There's a ton of other opportunities like this out there, is like Workaway, similar things that I've used in the past. Let me know if you're interested below, and I would be happy to share more with that with you. All right, so, oh, by the way, Workaway is $42 a year, but it is so worth it. We literally stayed for free for a month and a half in this place in China, which was beautiful. So $42, guys, like, it's worth it. And I honestly, I don't like paying for memberships for anything, but you get your money's worth just buy one trip. And you can also sign up as a couple, and it's $52 a year. So you can see you're getting a little discount if you sign up with somebody else. If a friend, you wanna go with a friend or a lover or your parent or whatever, you can do that and it's a lot cheaper. All right, those are my 5 ways to get a pretty free trip while you're traveling and to lower your traveling expenses. All right, I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.